So you've been trying to learn the muscle up and it feels so far away. You get stuck trying to pull yourself over the bar and you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? Well, in this video I'm going to be showing you 4 reasons why you can't do the muscle up, and I'm going to show you how to fix them. The first reason is obviously not having the foundations in place. To be able to do the muscle up, the baseline on average is to be able to do 10 strict pull-ups, 10 parallel dips, and 20 push-ups. If you do not meet these requirements, it's gonna be very hard for you to progress onto this skill, right? Because you need the endurance, you need the strength, and also you need strong tendon and ligaments for you to be able to execute this skill. Of course, this number is a generic number. It's based around on the 150 students that I've taught how to muscle up, and this is pretty much the sweet spot that I try to get them to be able to do. Now, there are some people who could do 8 pull-ups and then 10 dips and still be able to do the muscle up, but on the safe side, let's do 10 pull-ups, 10 dips, 10 push-ups. You obviously want to think of it like this. Currently, this camera is held on a tripod. The tripod has 3 legs. The legs are pretty strong. Now, my camera is not that heavy, but it can be quite heavy. The legs are pretty strong, right? That's because the foundation is there, therefore it's holding the camera in place. And the camera will not fall off and break. The same applies for when you're doing a muscle up. So if you've got the 3 foundations right, so pull-ups, push-ups and dips, you will then be able to get the muscle up so quickly. The second reason why you cannot do a muscle up yet is you don't understand the technique. The muscle up is a very technical skill, and usually it comes with 2 different phases, the pull and the push. And to connect those, you're gonna have to master your timing. That's the first one we're gonna do. People often either pull too early or pull too late. Hence why you need to actually learn how to swing first. And some, they don't even know how to swing. So that's like the very first one. So I'm going to show you how to swing just to get the technique right, and it's really easy to do. Pretty much you're going to jump onto the bar, grabbing the bar at about shoulders width apart or just a little bit wider with your thumb wrapped under and around the bar. Now you're going to be in a dead hang position. I want your lats to be relatively relaxed. Don't be engaging it too much because it's going to cause stiffness. Then you're going to tuck your knees up and then you're going to kick your legs forward. And you're just going to let your body sway back and forth like a pendulum swinging. That's pretty much it. It should go in a smooth forward and backward motion, and if you want to increase the speed of which you swing, you just kick a little bit more, just baby ones, and it will improve the speed. Now to slow it down, you want to squeeze your core, and as you start to come back, you kind of push your hips forward to slow it down, and then as you come forward, you kind of push your hips back. So it's like the counter opposing position. Now when it comes to timing, you want to start initiating the pull on the backward face of your forward swing. So here I'm doing the muscle up, I swing forward. As I come back, I tuck my knees up, pull my elbows down towards the ground, curve my chest around the bar in a C shape. Now to connect the dots, a great exercise for this is doing pullbacks. Pretty much it's going to show you how to connect the swing and learn the C-shaped curve of the transition for the muscle up. What I'm doing is I'm swinging, right? And as I'm going forward, I'm going to push my hips forward while bringing my heels back to create a bow shape. Now this is gonna stretch out my shoulders, my lats. Therefore, on the backward swing, I'm then able to use this stretch elasticity by thrusting my knees up, and it will help me to propel myself up and around the bar. When coming up and around the bar, you want to go in like a curve, like a C shape, because this is what is required to do the muscle up as a beginner. So as you come up, try to get your chest to be level with the bar, and as you come down, stretch your arms out, push your hips forward, back in that forward leaning position. Bring your heels back to create that arch again, thrusting the knees up, and then repeating this for 3 reps. 3 reps is all you need for the first week or so, and then the max reps we're going to do is 5. As you keep practicing, you're obviously going to be fatigued and you're not going to get as high, so don't get discouraged. I recommend you doing pullbacks, and this is such a great exercise, one of the underrated ones. The third reason why you cannot do the muscle up is your transition. Most of us, when we try to do the muscle up, we think of it as a high pull-up. You just pull up and you get your chest stuck at the bar and you're wondering why you can't yet get around that bar. And that's because you don't understand the transition. So doing exercises such as the jumping bar muscle up is going to help you to manipulate your body shape in a C shape as you transition up, so that way you can get over and around the bar. Pretty much you're going to grip the bar at about shoulders width apart, and we're going to use a medium height bar for this. We're going to bend our knees as we come down, push our hips forward, arching our back, extending your shoulders fully, locking the arms out, and then we're going to pull and thrust our body up and around the bar in a C shape. You also want to make sure that as you transition, you're going to rotate your wrist forward, so that way you're able to transition much more smoother. And a lot of people actually get their wrist stuck because they don't transition their wrist. So get this, and we're going to do this for 3 to 5 reps. If you're new to this movement, you can choose a lower bar, so that way you can use more of your leg to jump up, and then as you get more confident with this move, then you just increase the height of the bar, and then it will be able to jump up and around the bar much more smoother. And finally, a lot of people don't understand the driving back of the elbows, which is why the Russian push-up is a great exercise that will teach you how to utilize your triceps a little bit more to push your elbows back, curve your chest forward, and then locking in on that top dip position, and you just dip. That's all you have to do. So it's a little bit of tricky setup initially, and I'd highly recommend you to wear thick shoes that will protect your toes. Do this ideally on the grass, AstroTurf, the carpet. So we're gonna get into this push-up position with our toes pointed away from us. So we're gonna be squeezing our calves here, squeezing your core, squeezing your glutes. Then you go down into the bottom push-up position. And then what we're going to do is we're going to push our elbows down and back, and then bringing our heels backwards, so that way our elbows will touch the ground. And then we're going to lean forward and then do the reverse of this exercise. And speed is of the essence here. If you try to go down in a slow and controlled manner, you're going to lose momentum, and momentum is what you need, especially when it comes to your muscle up. So try to get your first 3 to 5 reps for 3 sets, and then you should be set. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you find value in this. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, a subscribe, and also turning on that bell's notification, so that way you can see more videos coming out and you'll be notified right away. So that is me closing off this chapter. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next